throughout the book of Isaiah, the prophet Isaiah several times uses the imagery of trees and plants and mountains to kind of describe and explain the intricate ways that God deals with his people. And also there's several times where he uses trees specifically to point to, and mountains to point to God's ultimate fulfillment of his promises to his people, like in the end. And one of those passages that I think we're all familiar with is Isaiah 61, where it's a prophecy about Jesus, and it talks about how he's the Lord's anointed and how he's going to come and set the captives free and bind up the brokenhearted and give joy for mourning and garments of praise and all of that. But then it talks about, and there's coming a day where, he's going to build his people up as oaks of righteousness, and we're going to be called the planting of the Lord.
Yeah.
So what do you guys think is the significance of the frequent use of the imagery of trees throughout biblical prophecy and scripture?
Mm-hmm. I think part of it is something you talked about, Dinah, was just like that it's completely separate from our doing. Mm-hmm. Like we can see, like Romans 1 talks about, we see whether you are a believer or a follower of God or a follower of Jesus or not, like everyone on the planet has beheld like
the evidence is there.
The evidence. Mm-hmm. And so I think that that's part of it, is just that like these things that I sustain and create, and like that you see its beginning and its end, like apart from you, like this is how this is going to come about. Mm-hmm. These words of promise, these words of like future that are sure. Like even in the law, like the different types of plants that were used for cleansing, or the cedars of Lebanon that's in the Psalms, just things like that. I feel like he does have such detailed, it's not just trees in general.
Yeah.
But I think, all of it's outside of our control. It's just majesty. It's just like total sovereign, like creative. He's doing this. Mm-hmm. And we just get to watch that, and trust in the same God. Mm-hmm. So.
And something you were saying earlier before this conversation was like, we have to wait patiently for the evidence of the growth. So it's like we know, like, okay, if I want to grow strawberries, not a tree, but it's okay, go with me. If I want strawberries, I put the seed in the ground and I water it, but I have to wait. And I know that what's coming is strawberries, but it's like, it's going to be a while before those come. And I don't have control over when and how. But I just hope and I trust and I believe, because the person who sold me the seeds said, you'll get strawberries from this.
Yep.
And it's like these are promises where God's going, I'm telling you this is coming. And sometimes, which these are the coolest times, like when we've studied Daniel, it's like sometimes when. Sometimes he gives you a time frame, and it's like, that's so fun to then go, you did it in that time frame. But then sometimes he's like, this is coming, and you don't know when it's coming.
Yeah.
But you need to trust and believe that I am who I say I am, and I do what I say I'll do, and this is what will come if you wait on me in faith.
Yeah, and I think it also speaks to the promises of God being firmly established and rooted in his own nature. Like I don't know where in Hebrews where it talks about God making promises to his people, and it goes, since he was able to swear by nothing better, he swore by his own name. And just the idea that, like, when I think of trees, I think of like they are sustained by their root system, And so I think in terms of biblical prophecy, the imagery is used to kind of point to like, hey, this promise is built on my name and my nature. And on the basis of that, I'm going to come through, because it's my reputation. It's mine, and it's like initiated by me, and it's sustained by me, and it's completed by me. It's built on me, lest you forget in the somewhere in the process,